Shall I read? This is about King Aswapati. Sri Aurobindo has given us a description of a hellish world, a world that is really a world of falsehood and darkness. In this infernal realm, he dared to press even into its deepest pit and darkest core. Perturbed its tenebrous base, dared to contest its ancient privileged right and absolute force. In night he plunged to know her dreadful heart. In hell he sought the root and cause of hell. Its anguished gulfs opened in his own breast. He listened to clamors of its crowded pain, the heartbeats of its fatal loneliness. Above was a chill, deaf eternity. In vague, tremendous passages of doom, he heard the goblin voice that guides to slay, and faced the enchantments of the demon sign, and traversed the ambush of the opponent snake. In menacing tracts, in tortured solitudes, companionless he roamed through desolate ways, where the red wolf waits by the fordless stream, and death's black eagles scream to the precipice, and met the hounds of Baal who hunt men's hearts, baying across the felts of destiny. In footless battlefields of the abyss, fought shadowy combats in mute, eyeless depths. Assaults of hell endured, and Titan strokes, and bore the fierce inner wounds that are slow to heal. A prisoner of a hooded magic force, captured and trailed in falsehood's lethal net, and often strangled in the noose of grief, or cast in the grim morass of swallowing doubt, or shut into pits of error and despair, he drank her poison draughts till none was left. Dana, will you begin?
In this infernal realm, he dared to press even into its deepest pit and darkest core. Fettered its tenebrous base, dared to contest its ancient privileged right and absolute force. In night, he plunged to know the dreadful part. In hell he sought the root and cause of hell.
So what does he do? He presses into this infernal realm, this hellish realm. He dares to go there, to press in against all the oppositions that are there, even into its deepest pit and its darkest core. And naturally, he's a being of light. So when he dares to press into those dark realms, he's perturbing them, he's disturbing them. He's troubling the base of that world. He's daring to contest, to challenge its ancient privileged right. It has been like that since, it seems, forever. Now Aswapati is challenging it, challenging its right to exist and the force that allows it to exist. He's doing this that he can know the dreadful heart of this darkness and falsehood. He's plunging into hell, looking for the root. What is the origin? How can this state have come into existence at all? Philomena.
Its anguished gulfs opened in his own breast. He listened to clamors of its crowded pain, the heartbeats of its fatal loneliness. Above was a chill, dim eternity, in which tremendous passage of doom. He heard the gobbling voice that guides to sleep, and feels the enchantments of the demon sun, and travels to the ambush of the open snake.
Thank you. It says the anguished gulfs of this night of falsehood, this hellish realm, he feels opening up in his own breast. He has to identify with this state in order to be able to change it. Opening up within him. And he has to listen to the clamors, the loud voices of all the different kinds of pain that are going on there. At the same time, that world, he notices, it's experiencing loneliness. There's no companionship or friendship or comfort there. He hears the heartbeats of its fatal loneliness. Above, he's gone right down to the bottom of things. Above, what is there? A kind of eternity, chill, cold, death eternity. It's not listening to any cry for mercy or hope. He's walking through, passing through vague, tremendous passages of doom. It's like exploring a series of dark underground caves, and all the time there's this atmosphere of danger, threat. There's even suggestions coming. This goblin voice. Goblins are very unpleasant creatures of the underworld. There's the voice which is offering guidance, but it's only going to mislead you. It's going to lead you into a trap where it will be able to slay you, to kill you. He becomes aware of the enchantments, the black magic of the demon sign, the sign of the world of falsehood. And he has to pass the areas where the opponent snake is lying in wait. To traverse means to cross, to pass by. There's, in this case, the snake with a capital S is a symbol of the power of evil energy. This is opponent, it's opposing his advance and what he's trying to do. Sorry? Opponent. An opponent is somebody who's preventing you. Yeah? Who's opposing you, preventing you to do what you want to do. Or what you need to do. An ambush, yeah. Robbers may hide around a corner or behind some bushes to leap out and ambush you. I think animals of prey, they do this too. Maybe they find a place where they can hide. The prey can't see them. When their attention is turned away, they will jump out. Robbers and bandits wait in ambush to attack travelers and rob them. Prema, sorry.
Menacing tract in tortured solitudes, companionless he roamed through desolate ways, where the red pool waits by the poreless stream, and death's black eggless scream to the
precipice, yeah.
And met the hounds of fame who hunt men's hearts, paying across the wells of destiny in fruitless battlefields of the abyss, fought shadowy combats in nude eyeless deaths, oscillates of hell endured and tightened strokes, and bore the first inner wounds that all slow to heal.
To heal, yeah, yes. So in menacing tracts, there are areas which seem to be full of threats. Something that's menacing is threatening. There, perhaps one has the feeling of the pressure of adverse beings wanting to attack. Or there are places where you feel absolutely alone, and yet it's full of danger and pain, tortured solitudes. There he feels absolutely alone, companionless. He's without any companion or supporter or friend to help him. He's roaming through those desolate ways, the landscapes and areas which are full of sadness. Those desolate ways, which are also threatening and dangerous, because there the red wolf is waiting for travelers, waiting by the fordless stream you come to a place where there's a river and there's no way across it. And that's where the wolf is waiting for you, the red wolf. So of course this color red here is a symbolic color, the color of this adverse vital force. The red wolf is waiting there, and there are steep cliffs, and there in those cliffs, death's black eagles are nesting, and if somebody goes near, disturbs them, they fly up screaming to the precipice. Precipice is a sharp cliff, steep cliff. And on his journey, he meets hounds, hunting dogs, or wolves, hounds of bale. They're bringing disaster, danger. These are the hounds. They are not hunting ordinary prey, little mice or other things in the wilderness. They are hunting men's hearts. Here they are chasing the suffering hearts of human beings, baying. That's the sound that a hunting dog makes when it's on the hunt, when it's chasing its prey. He hears them baying across the velds of destiny. This word, velds with a V, we associate this word for some reason with South Africa. I think that's where they have these vast open spaces that they call velds. These are the velds of destiny. This is not just an ordinary landscape. This is a symbolic landscape which is carrying so many threats and meanings. Asvapati is there. He has to fight in battlefields of the abyss. The abyss is the deep, dark place. Usually we mean the bottom of the sea, the deepest part of the sea. But here there's no bottom at all. So there's no place to put one's foot firmly. These are footless battlefields of the abyss. And there he has to fight. So there he is fighting these shadowy combats. He can't even really see the beings that he has to fight with and against. These depths you can't see. They are silent and eyeless. It's so dark you can't see clearly. There, in that darkness, Asvapati endures assaults of hell. He's attacked by all these forces of falsehood. And Titan strokes. These beings are very strong and they use their strength against him. He has to bear the fierce inner wounds that are slow to heal. Kavita, would you read?
A prisoner of hooded magic force, captured and trailed in falsehood's lethal net, and often strangled in the noose of greed, or cast in the great
morass
of swallowing down, or shut into pits of error and despair. He drank her poison.
Drafts.
Till none was left.
Yes. So he's a prisoner. He's a prisoner of that magic force who conceals herself, the hooded magic force. She catches hold of him with falsehood's lethal net, deathly net, and pulls him. She captures him and pulls him along. He's often strangled so that he can hardly breathe in the noose of grief. A noose is a rope tightening around your neck. He suffers all the pain of this terrible realm. He feels himself being cast as if into a swamp, a morass, a quicksand. He gets that swallowing him up. It is doubt. In all that challenging situation, he feels the pressure of doubt trying to swallow him up. Or he finds himself as if he's been captured in a pit, the lid put across it, shut into pits of error and despair. Asvapati, there in that infernal realm, he drank her poison draughts till none was left. He goes on swallowing all the falsehood, all the poisonous drinks that are there. A draught in this case is a drink. It reminds us of Lord Shiva swallowing all the poison of the world and holding it in his throat to save the world. That's what Asvapati's doing. He's swallowing all this falsehood and suffering and grief until nothing is left.
You said red symbolizes?
Sorry?
The color red symbolizes in this context?
There's a certain kind of unpleasant dark red which we can associate with the hostile forces. Yeah. So that red wolf is particularly vicious and dangerous.
Sorry, Shraddhavan, what it means, morass?
A morass. I don't know the word in French. It's a swamp. You put your foot in and you get sucked in by the mud. Yeah. What would you say in French?
La grue.
Tourbière. A muddy place that sucks you in. And sometimes in English we say a quicksand, but a morass is not exactly a quicksand. It's not just sand sucking you in. It's mud, horrible black, stinky mud. Is that where we are stopping for today?
Hell means here the falsehood.
Yes, hell.
Hell.
This hooded magic force. No? In this infernal realm he dared to press even into its deepest pit and darkest core, perturbed its tenebrous base, dared to contest its ancient privileged right and absolute force. In night he plunged to know her dreadful heart. In hell he sought the root and cause of hell. Its anguished gulfs opened in his own breast. He listened to clamours of its crowded pain, the heartbeats of its fatal loneliness. Above was a chill, deaf eternity. In vague, tremendous passages of doom, he heard the goblin voice that guides to slay, and faced the enchantments of the demon sign, and traversed the ambush of the opponent snake. In menacing tracts, in tortured solitudes, companionless, he roamed through desolate ways, where the red wolf waits by the fordless stream, and death's black eagles scream to the precipice, and met the hounds of Baal who hunt men's hearts, baying across the felts of destiny. In footless battlefields of the abyss, fought shadowy combats in mute eyeless depths. Assaults of hell endured, and Titan strokes, and bore the fierce inner wounds that are slow to heal. A prisoner of a hooded magic force, captured and trailed in falsehood's lethal net, and often strangled in the noose of grief, or cast in the grim morass of swallowing doubt, or shut into pits of error and despair. He drank her poison draughts till none was left.